Have you ever felt like you're rushing through life but not really moving forward? You set goals, you make plans, but then life happens. You get stuck, you got distracted, or worse, you look back in a year and realize nothing really changed. But what if the real problem isn't you? What if it's the way you plan in your future? Instead of planning forward like everybody else, what if you flipped the process entirely? Therefore, today I'm going to show you backcasting, a powerful strategy that I picked up from my MBA in the UK and used by top innovators, leaders, and entrepreneurs to help design their future with precision. By the way, I'm Leo, originally from Vietnam, where I started my own business, and then I moved to the UK for my MBA, and that's where I discovered my new passion for business strategy and education. Now I'm in Spain doing my traineeship at an EU agency. All I think and talk about these days is how to turn business strategy into practical tools that you, as an entrepreneur or young professional, can actually use to grow in leadership, career, and of course, life. Most people plan using forecasting, the classic method of analyzing past data to predict future outcomes. It sounds logical, right? Studying the trends, spotting the patterns, and project forward. But here's the catch. Forecasting assumes that the future is just an extension of the past. Then what happens when you're starting something new, launching a business, a fresh career after university, a complete career shift, or even a personal reinvention? You have no past data, no pattern, no map. You're stuck even before you begin. Therefore, we need a different approach, one that doesn't just predict the future but actively creates it. Let's take insights from two of my favorite business strategists. Peter Drucker, the father of modern management, he said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. Or as the author of The Innovator Dilemma, Clayton Christensen, explained it this way. People think the best way to predict the future is by collecting as much data as possible before making a decision. But that's like driving a car while looking only at the rearview mirror because data is only available about the past. Then instead of asking where will you end up, backcasting asks where do you want to be? Therefore, we work backwards to build the roadmap to get there. Backcasting isn't just a theory, it's a strategy, and it's how the best companies stay ahead of the curve. For example, Toyota imagined a future of near-perfect efficiency, but relying on past data only gave them small gains. Therefore, they created the Toyota production system, which is now a gold standard. Unilever started with a 2025 sustainability goal, then they worked backwards to design a step-by-step path to get there. Shell, one of the largest energy companies, has also applied backcasting in a different way. They integrate backcasting into their scenario planning, a strategy that allows them to prepare for multiple possible futures and determine the best path to move forward. Speaking of scenario planning, this is another strategy that I'm super passionate about, but that's a separate topic for another day. So, how do you actually apply backcasting? Let's break it down together. Step 1. Define your vision. Ask yourself, where do I want to be in 10 years? And what does success really look like for you? Not just, I want to have a successful business. Get specific. What kind of business? What kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Who are you helping? What impact do you want to make? Clarity is the key because the more vivid your vision, the more practical your plan becomes. Step 2. Work backwards. Now start from that 10 years vision and ask what needs to be true in year 9 for that to be possible, and what needs to happen in year 7, what about year 5, year 3, and finally, what is that one thing that you can do this year to get that journey started. Step 3. Take action now. You don't need to know every step today, but you need to take that first step. Do your research, reach out your mentor, study your industry. Take that first step. A few years ago, I knew I wanted to have financial freedom, a meaningful career, and the ability to live and work globally. I dreamed of contributing to global change, working for UNICEF or the United Nations, supporting the sustainable development goals, especially the one that really matters to me and close to my heart, which is quality education. But I had no roadmap, and then I discovered backcasting and I used it to build one for me. I started with the end goal in mind. I wanted to have my own consulting business and one that is grounded in real expertise, meaningful partnerships, and global impact. But before that can happen, I need to build a solid foundation, a strong professional network, the right business partner, and ideally an allied or a few allied investors. And to earn that kind of trust and influence, I know I need to establish my credibility and authority. And before any of that, I knew I had to start with an international education. That's why I pursued an MBA in the UK and I graduated with distinction from the program that challenged me and shaped my thinking. So instead of reacting to random opportunities, I'm following a structured, strategic roadmap, one that aligns with the bigger picture of my life. That's backcasting in action, starting as your destination and mapping the path in reverse. Now you might wonder, can you use this strategy for short-term goals? Yes, absolutely. Backcasting isn't just for 10 years dreams. It works for 1 year, 6 months, or even like 30 days goals. The formula is just the same. So you start with define the outcome that you want to achieve and then ask what must be done before that. And then, to keep repeating the step backward. Every step leads to the next. So that's the power of backcasting. This isn't just about dreaming big, it's about engineering your ambition into an actual plan. If my content is adding value to you, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. My friends, the future isn't something you wait for, it's something you design. So, what is one major goal that you are working toward? Drop it in the comment below and I'd love to help you map it out with backcasting. In case you're wondering how to set goals that you can actually achieve, watch this video next. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.